everybody. This is Steve, your host on Project Riverside. Welcome. Today, I'm not much of a reader, but I've been trying to read a couple of chapters of a different book trying to get a book done a month. And so I am failing miserably, seeing as I started this book early February and I just finished it at the end of March. So, yeah, not going great, but I got it done. That's a plus, right? So the book I'm reading, or read, I should say, is A Praying Life, Connecting with God in a Distracting World by Paul Miller. Now, I found this book after my wife was reading it, and when she was finished, I picked it up and started reading it, and I tell you what, it really changed my mindset on a lot of things. I'm thankful I read the book, and recommend you read it. I'm just going to put that out there right now, but I believe it was originally written in 2009, reprinted in 2017. The chapters are listed more as parts, with 5 main parts and 34 what I'll call subparts, divided up not necessarily evenly, but by category of the parts. So things like the first 2 are what good does it do and where we are headed. Explains a little bit about prayer and where we're going with the book, and then gets into like becoming like a little child, learning to talk with your Heavenly Father, spending time with your Father, learning to be helpless, crying Abba continuously, bending your heart to your Father, understanding cynicism, things like how personal is God. What do we do with Jesus' extravagant promises about prayer? What we don't ask for, our daily bread. What we don't ask for, your kingdom come. Watching a story unfold, a father's love, unanswered prayers, understanding the patterns of a story. Hebrew laments, and understanding how a lament works. How God places himself in the story, keeping track of the story, and there's prayer tools at the end. Using prayer tools, keeping track of the story, using prayer cards, prayer work, listening to God, prayer journaling, becoming aware of the interior journey, real life praying, and unfinished stories. And a lot of this book, well, first off, right off the bat, the beginning part of it really hit me. Becoming like a child, learning to talk with your Heavenly Father, spending time with your Father, learning to be helpless, bending your heart to your Father. Those things really, just kind of hit me. I grew up in a Christian home. We went to church all the time. I have a relationship with Jesus, have since I was 8. But the big thing in my mind that was always missing was connecting who God is to who I am, or who I am to who God is, right? And making it personal to me. The personal relationship just really wasn't in my mind, or what I recall, made into a real thing. It was never real to me that he's my Father, and I can talk to him anytime, and I really should talk to him at any time. And so being like a child is, if you think about it, it's like coming to him as a little kid. Just like, I've got 4 grandkids, and to have them run up to me when I come into the house. And it's funny, I saw a video the other day of Pappy's and More Important, and it's these little kids running down the sidewalk and running around Gigi or Grandmom so they could get to Grandpop or Pappy. And we've had that happen a few times, and when they don't, I just kind of stand there like, what, are you kidding me? What am I, chopped liver? Because usually if they stop at Gigi, they're not coming the rest of the way. Grandkids are amazing, though, I'll tell you what. But just to have them have a set of twin grandkids, and when they were 2, 3, 4 years old, they just run up to you and they just want to sit in your lap and just want to talk to you or ask questions or just kind of watch you, or they're just learning and they're full of wonder, and we need to get back to that as children of God. right? We need to get back to that childlike faith, talking to him and just listening to him through his word. And highly recommend reading this book. I mean, if you're local to church, if you go to Riverside Community here in Horsham, recommend grabbing that out of the resource room. If you're not, I'm sure you could find it online, Amazon or Barnes & Noble or Goodreads, or you may be able to find it used somewhere. But read it, go through it. I would grab a highlighter because there were so many things I wanted to highlight. I knew I was going to give this book away to somebody. But I would recommend highlighting it and just revisiting it and just, take the time to connect with God, because this world's getting worse in my mind. And the only peace we have is being in God. So, recommend grabbing the book, A Praying Life, Connecting with God in a Distracting World by Paul Miller. Thanks, everybody. See you next time.